5 to 6, King Dynasty, and Secret Wars plot. Let's see everything else to say about this and check this out.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Remen, aka Allfires. Now, in the face of Quantumania's theatrical release last weekend, it honestly feels like we've gotten a glut of Marvel news over the last 2 weeks. Official updates about the Fantastic Four casting and script, major casting announcements like yesterday Stephen Yeun joining the Thunderbolts, and industry insider details almost every day, especially to changes to the schedule and what's coming in the next 24 months. And while we continue to bring you updates for films and TV shows that are actually right around the corner, we're going to look forward to Avengers 5 and 6 today by taking a step back 2 days ago and cover everybody's favorite anonymous 4chan plot leak. And while honestly, guys, I'm as skeptical as I've ever been about this one, and I'll be happy to point out why. We're going to do the normal read through it, annotate it where I can, of course, issue the normal spoiler warning, and cover some very interesting details in here that are at least worth considering, regardless of how much reverence you actually want to give them. We're breaking down the latest for Avengers, Kang Dynasty, and Secret Wars. But first, I want to tell you about my friends over at comicbookdirect.com. Now, I know for a lot of you like me, the original magic that was brought to these characters and stories was done so on the pages of comic books. But as we grew up and trips to the comic store became less, it's harder and harder to keep up with 1 or 2 books, let alone a whole run for some of these major crossovers they're doing. That's where comicbookdirect.com steps in and makes it super simple. Here I am on their site ordering X-Men number 20 as I just finished 19 and waiting for 20 to come out. But they also, as you see, allow me to subscribe to it to make sure to get every book in weekly. You can pay up front, get a bigger discount, or just pay as you go. They also will let you register and get 20% off. You can follow the link down in the description. Use code EVERYTHINGALWAYS. Again, this is comicbookdirect.com. They've got comics, figures, collectibles. Again, comicbookdirect.com. Register down below to save 20%. Okay, so first up, and as many of you are accustomed at the channel at this point, the normal spoiler warning. Remember to take everything that doesn't come directly from Marvel Studios with a grain of salt. We give a lot more reverence here at the channel to an industry insider or say a Hollywood trade that's willing to put their name on such reports. However, in the past, while most of them are incorrect, sometimes it's these anonymous 4chan and Reddit posts that are 100% correct. So it's up to you how you want to take it, but just try to remember they're so early in pre-production and script writing for this that even if details about this are correct, everything at this point is subject to change. It starts by saying the Kang Dynasty will see Nathaniel Richards recruit Avengers to fight the Council of Kangs. Spider-Man is the lead character and Ant-Man will play a pivotal role. Doctor Strange does not appear. Featured characters will include Thor, Hulk, Captain America, Black Panther, Captain Marvel, She-Hulk, Kate Bishop, Miss Marvel, Shang-Chi, the Wasp, Stinger, Hank Pym, and Janet Van Dyne, among others. Shang-Chi's rings and Miss Marvel's bangles are relics of the previous multiversal war and are powerful weapons against the Council of Kangs. The Council of Kangs wants revenge against Ant-Man and his family and actually killed Janet. Movie ends with the multiverse collapsing and Kang the Conqueror returning as the Beyonder and merging different universes into the battle world. Then it goes on to say Secret Wars will see Doctor Strange and Clea arrive in Battleworld and assemble its heroes to fight the Beyonder. Robert Downey Jr. returns as Superior Iron Man from Earth 818, who conspires to steal the Beyonder's power for himself. Culminates with a massive battle where the heroes from across the multiverse answer the call and stand against the Beyonder. Featured pre-MCU actors include Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, Halle Berry, Famke Janssen, and Nicolas Cage. Ends with Nathaniel Richards becoming the new He Who Remains and policing the multiverse. Now, if you guys want my honest reaction and opinion to this, some of this is correct. Some of this is just theories that have been on the internet for 2 weeks. Some of this is rumors that have been on the internet for 2 months. And some of this is absolute nonsense. Let's separate it all. This is what's correct. When he names Ian McKellen here as coming back as Magneto, that was actually confirmed by Patrick Stewart, something we didn't get a chance to cover yet at the channel. Earlier last week in an interview, Patrick Stewart said point blank that he and Ian McKellen still had plans as their characters. Look for Ian McKellen to show up as Magneto, either as part of the Deadpool film or going forward whenever we get some of these X-Men characters coming back. We have not heard any rumors, however, about Halle Berry, Famke Janssen, or Nick Cage. And quite honestly, guys, Nick Cage coming into the MCU as a Ghost Rider variant is actually the hardest thing for me to believe out of all of this. Now, moving back to what they said about Kang Dynasty, Nathaniel Richards fighting the Council of Kangs seems very convenient considering we were just introduced to the Council of Kangs at the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Spider-Man taking the lead is a story that we reported on Sunday from an industry insider. He included it in this. Ant-Man playing a pivotal role seems like it would make sense considering we just saw him as the lead against this version of Kang. Doctor Strange not appearing is interesting though, because we've heard they would look to add Doctor Strange to the production schedule alongside Eternals and Shang-Chi 2, and that film would come out before Secret Wars. I don't think there's any way in the world we don't see Doctor Strange's conclusion to his trilogy and Clea introduced before Secret Wars, so him not appearing in Kang Dynasty is actually believable. Now, this next part of the plot leak where he names all the characters that are going to be involved, I mean, basically, guys, if I polled all of you and asked you what the Avengers would look like in Avengers 5, I bet you would now at least 60% of this would overlap and maybe even 80%. There's only so many characters to draw from. I don't even really know what to say about that. But this saying that they would actually kill Janet, that came from an industry insider 3 days ago who made mention that either Hank Pym, Janet, or Scott would meet their end in Kang Dynasty. He's just literally pulling from that, like he did with the rest of this. The Council of Kangs wanting revenge against Ant-Man, that's part of that too. And Battleworld was something we had reported on 2 weeks ago, and obviously Battleworld has got to be a part of Secret Wars. It's been a part of Secret Wars since the beginning. Even if they're not going to do Doctor Doom, they can have Kang play that role. Now for the rest of this, the only thing I think is the glaring error here, the huge glaring error, is that there's no mention of the Fantastic Four or the Eternals or characters like Namor, characters they've already invested in that you know 100% they're going to continue to feature. You need the Eternals to face off in Secret Wars. That's why you brought so many of those characters along, and don't think they're going to introduce Adam Warlock here and then not have him be a part of this story as well. Look, we're always going to cover the anonymous 4chan and Reddit posts here because they're fun. Even Kevin Feige had a quote about this last year about plot rumors and leaks. You never know which ones are real, and that's sort of the fun of it. And he also said about Marvel making sure that the stories are fun regardless of what gets out there has been part of their MO for quite some time. Also partly because even though they don't mirror the comics, we have a general idea of where these characters are in these stories and what's to come. They change details, but you could read the comics and get a good idea of what's coming. Honestly, the biggest surprise of all, guys, for me still, is that they're going to do a Secret Wars without Doctor Doom. I know Kang can do it, but man, it just feels so wrong. Or do you guys think, let me know in the comments, that they are going to introduce a Doctor Doom before we get there, like some of the rumors said about Fantastic Four? I am all ears, as always. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Alright, we're still giving away a PlayStation 5. We actually just gave one away to correspond with Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. We just verified that user, and we're going to be sending that out ASAP, so congratulations to you, Anthony. If you want to be entered to win the next one, guys, all you got to do is super simple. Hit the subscribe button, then leave a comment down below, because it's truly random. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here, and live with my voice and the comments shown on screen. So please, if you should get a scammer comment on my channel, or really anywhere on YouTube, please report it. No YouTuber will ever ask you to pay for shipping or tell you to contact them on a third-party app like Telegram or WhatsApp. I certainly don't do that. Please remember, anybody can use anybody else's photo. Do not give anybody money, and if you see those comments, just click on the buttons to the right and report that comment to YouTube. They go ahead and delete the account, and you save the hassle for everybody else. I would sincerely appreciate it. My name is Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at I'mBuyers. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, wherever you listen to original music under All Fires. And while I sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, thanks for checking this channel out. Stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.
Please subscribe, like this video, and see you guys. Bye.